Hey everybody, it's Ryan from SiteCare. Today I'm going to walk you through setting up two-factor authentication for your WordPress website. It doesn't take long and it really helps increase the security of your WordPress website. What we're going to do is we're going to add a second factor. So right now when I go to log into this website, I have a username and a password field, right? The second factor that we're going to add will make it so there's some kind of extra authentication that's required to log into the website. The nice thing is if we set it up with 1Password, which is our favorite password manager, we can add that second factor without adding a lot of extra friction when we're logging in. I know sometimes it can be frustrating to, have a text sent to your phone and then have to look at that and type it into the browser, things like that. And I think that's one of the main reasons that people don't set up two-factor authentication is it creates extra friction, but we're going to do it in a way that doesn't create friction today. So let's go ahead and get started. So I'm going to go ahead and log in. You can see I have my saved password, username and password here in 1Password. I'm just going to auto log in and we're going to go into our WordPress dashboard and we're going to go to the plugin screen. From the plugin screen, we're going to go ahead and add a new plugin. Now, if I search for two-factor, I'm going to get a lot of results, but most of these are kind of security overkill. The plugin that we're going to focus on and that we want to show you is this one called two-factor, and you'll know it's the right one because the author is plugin contributors. That means that it's built by the people who are building WordPress behind the scenes. So we're going to go ahead and install this plugin. Should just take a second here, and we're going to activate it. Now there's two things I want you to see. Once we've activated this plugin, nothing happens yet until we actually activate two-factor on the individual user level. But we'll find that when we look at the all users screen, there's a new section here called two-factor, and you'll see it says that it's disabled. I point that out just because it's nice to be able to see at a list view which users on your website do have two-factor enabled and don't, so that if you have people who are dragging their feet enabling two-factor, you can give them a little nudge, let them know that they need to get it turned on. Cool. So now that I showed you this, we're going to look at the actual user profile. So if you didn't catch that the first time, I just clicked edit on my username. And we're looking at, you'll see this, it adds this new section called two-factor options. And there's different types you can turn on. So email, if I turn email on, what it's going to do is it's going to email me a code when I go to log in that I then have to enter into the login screen. Email's a little bit more friction than I want to have, so I'm going to set this up with the Authenticator app. So again, the one that we're using for the sake of this demo and that I would highly recommend is 1Password. So we're going to go ahead and enable the Authenticator app, and we're going to open 1Password and look for our entry. So this is my login entry for 1Password, and we're going to go and we're going to edit this entry and we're going to add another field. Now the field that we're going to add is called one-time password. And when we add one-time password, it's empty at first, but you can see there's this little scan QR code button. And if I click this on desktop, it says one-time password detected on screen, and you'll see the field populated with it filled it in, right? Now we're going to save it. What you'll see now is that now there's a 30-second countdown for a code that resets every 30 seconds, and it just lives right within that 1Password entry. So we're going to take that randomly generated code, copy it, go back to our WordPress dashboard, paste it in, and click submit. And now our Authenticator app is enabled. We're also going to make it our primary form of two-factor. Now we're going to just go ahead and click update profile, and when I log out, you'll now see when I go to log back in, that went by really quickly. But after you log in, I'll do it once more just so you can see better here. When I log in, a second screen appears and it asks for an authentication code, but 1Password just fills it in automatically really quickly. And see it there? It flashed there. I'll slow it down in post a little bit, but you can see it's what it's doing is it's taking this randomly generated code and it's automatically filling it in on the login screen. Now, one last thing we're going to do as a precaution is go back to this user, and we're going to add a second way, a backup method for two-factor authentication. And the reason we want to do this is so we don't lock ourselves out of our website. Say, for example, this is really an edge case, but let's say, for example, our 1Password account were somehow to get deleted. We still wouldn't have a way into our website. So what we're going to do is we're going to add recovery codes. And recovery codes are just a list of codes. You can download these. Recommend saving these in a secure and encrypted location that's not part of your 1Password account. And we're going to go ahead and enable that. And what this will do, if for some reason the Authenticator app isn't available, it'll make it so you can take these codes. We can provide these codes when we go to log in again, and log in with those codes, and then we can disable the Authenticator app method if that ends up being necessary. So it's really more of a precaution than anything, but it's a good practice that I definitely recommend, is to always have some kind of backup way. Even if you don't use recovery codes, email is a great secondary option if you absolutely need it. So that is our video for today. That's how you set up two-factor authentication in WordPress with 1Password. Really slick, both really going to improve the security of your website, prevent bad actors from doing bad things, and if there's any way that we can help you get this set up at SiteCare, please let us know. Have a great day.